Facilities that make this program possible are provided by the City of Highland Park. Programs are produced independently by members of the community. The City of Highland Park is not affiliated with the following program or the producers of public access programming and is not responsible for the content. The following program does not reflect the opinions of the City of Highland Park.
Hello, I'm Joyce of the Highland Park Senior Producers, and today we have a wonderful guest, the former Honorable Mayor Daniel Pierce of Highland Park. Hello, Mayor.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah,
hello,
let's shake hands. Yes. Okay, I'm so glad to have you. I mean,
well, it's good to be here in the Senior Studios. I've always followed it and supported it when I was mayor, when it was first set up through our senior department of the city, which we're very proud of.
And you presently you're president of the North Shore Water Reclamation District, correct?
That's right. It
was a mouthful there.
Yeah, it is. We used to call it North Shore Sanitary District.
Oh yeah,
no one knew what sanitary meant.
It doesn't sound too clean, sanitary.
Yeah, well, our job is to take wastewater, otherwise known as sewage, and to gather it from the Lake Cook Road up to the Wisconsin line, and to treat it and to return it to the environment.
Oh, that's why we don't have problems. There are like a lot of cities and states that have not clean water. Yeah, so far so good.
We don't handle the drinking water. City of Highland Park.
Oh, I see. But I'm sure it's all right. I mean, the city takes care of itself, I think, pretty good.
Drinking water, but we take care of what the drinking water becomes.
And anyway, originally, you were a state representative for 20 years, correct? Right. And actually, what did that involve?
Well, that involved representing this area, Highland Park, Highwood, Deerfield, and so on, Glencoe, in the state legislature in Springfield, in the Illinois House of Representatives, and where I was chairman of the Revenue Committee, Environment Committee, and the Economic and Fiscal Commission, and worked on many things over 20 years, trying to help our communities, our school districts, our transportation and so on, get state funds and get friendly legislation from Springfield, which is a long way away. And we have some bigger cities in Highland Park vying with us. One is called Chicago, and Peoria and Rockford, and the whole state. So it was a interesting job.
Yeah, you know everything about the city and the government, right? I mean, you were involved.
Well, everything's a big word, but yeah, I was involved whether I knew what I was doing or not. I was involved, and I tried to do a good job.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just people have jobs, they don't know a thing about it, you know, and they just get hired, and there they are, you know. But you're really I
was hired by the people, by the voters.
Oh, yeah, but they knew what they were doing in your case.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, right. Sometimes they don't. I don't know. Well, we won't get into anything else. But, yeah, you really like Highland Park and the surrounding areas, I could see, because you're so concerned with everything about it. And you grew up here, correct?
Well, since I was a teenager when my folks moved here.
Oh.
And yes, I know, of course, I went away to school, and the service. But yeah, I like Highland Park. All my 5 sons went to school in Highland Park, 3 sons and 2 stepsons.
Oh.
And they all graduated Highland Park High School after attending Elm Place School in Indian Trail. And they're all out in the world now. And so we were attached to Highland Park. We intend to stay here the rest of our lives. My wife, Rhoda, and myself. Rhoda is chairman of the Highland Park Historical Preservation Commission
Oh,
and has been president of the Library Board
oh, really?
and chairman of the Human Relations Commission. So he's been active over the years in Highland Park.
Yeah, I like the library here. They have so much going on, and my computer half the time doesn't work, so I go to the library.
Oh, good.
Good.
And like me, she was active at the state level. She was executive director of the Illinois Arts Council, the state arts agency, and is presently on the board.
Boy, she's
of
a
the
busy
council.
lady too, isn't she?
Yeah, she's had one job at a time, but they've been
Oh.
stretched over about 40 years of,
Oh, I see. Yeah, because
under
people.
several mayors.
Oh, yeah. I moved here, I think, when you were mayor in 1998, right?
In 1998,
I was-
I was about to become mayor again for the last time.
Oh,
It was during
okay.
my interregnum between my two periods as
Oh,
mayor. I think Raymond Geraci was the mayor. at that
yeah,
time.
he was actually. And
In 99, I became mayor again.
oh, yeah, I moved here in April '98. So yeah, you were running at the time, I guess.
No, April 99, I read.
Yeah, I mean, you were running in '98. You were still. I mean, you were running for office again. I mean, well.
No, 99, yeah.
Oh, 99. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I moved here in '98, and I like it here. I really do.
Good, good. We're glad to have you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And I
Lucky to
enjoy
have you.
doing this too. What?
We're lucky to have you in our
Oh,
seniors.
say it again. Thank you very much. Yeah, I like Highland Park. I'm always lived in the city, but Highland Park's unusual, I think.
Oh, yeah,
It's-
well,
yeah.
Highland Park is an interesting place because, at least when I was mayor, I tried to create a balance between a fine residential community, which it was, and also a healthy downtown. And sometimes those are opposing forces. Sometimes they can work together. Main thing is to strike a balance. People didn't want us to become, even though Evanston's a nice city, they didn't want us to become like downtown Evanston. And at the same time, they didn't want us to be just like Kenilworth or Winnetka without any substantial downtown. So we have to find a balance in between. We've always had stores and doctors and so on,
Yeah.
and insurance people in business in Highland Park, to say nothing of landscapers, and also people. But people move here. People move here because of our schools, because of our good transportation to the city on the RTA, and for our good environment and housing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
housing stock in our community. And those are the things I worked on, both in the legislature at the state level and in Highland Park as mayor.
People care about Highland Park. It's like a close community. Everybody's friendly, and most people anyway.
Well, we hope so. We're a welcoming community. We've always welcomed people of different ethnic, religious backgrounds, racial backgrounds. And
Yeah, yeah, all
and
types of
preferences
people
and so
live here,
on.
rich, poor. I know I've gone to dentist and he charges me more because I live in Highland Park. I'm not in a blue collar city, he said. I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, I think they usually charge more if you have dental insurance, but
Yeah,
but the yeah, well, I don't know if they charge more in Highland Park.
well,
but-
that's
but
what
they-
he
but-
said, you know, he does. He says, you don't live in, oh, I told him where someone pays less. He says, yeah, well, that's blue collar, that's blue collar.
Okay, well, some
Okay.
blue collar people these days are making more than.
Oh, they sure do. They
professional
sure do, and they don't have to have schooling or anything. Actually, I know, because politics, I don't think itself isn't at such a high-paying position. I don't.
No, it's
think.
not.
I know.
Highest salary I ever received for public office was $28,000
Oh,
a year.
you're kidding.
Highest. A lot of
Oh,
it was less. When I started the legislature, it was, I think, $6,000 or $8,000 a year. And so I've always practiced law during all the years I was in the state legislature as mayor and on the Water Reclamation District.
people I read asked you, why did you decide to become a mayor after having 20 years as a state representative?
I'm surprised too, but my wife was really surprised. But I think it was because I enjoyed public service. It was, and it was a way of, after 20 years, I kind of missed it.
Yeah.
Having my telephone ring during dinner and so on. So what I And the mayor, Lee, was there. People urged me to run for it. And
Did you
don't
think
know how
you'd-
to say no, I guess.
Did
So
you
I
think
did.
you'd win, or?
Oh, sure.
Oh, you knew. Yeah, good
I
for
didn't
you.
know, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, you hoped.
The
yeah.
voters had the final decision.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't run for it to lose. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you weren't. It wasn't a surprise or anything.
Some people was, yeah.
So,
I defeated the incumbent and the senior city council member at the
Oh.
time. So it was, yeah. But I thought I could, and
Good
and
for
not,
you.
not that I was any better. It's just time for a change. We had a very
Oh.
good mayor before me, excellent mayor.
Oh, Geraci?
No, Buhai, Robert Buhai,
Oh, yeah.
and I succeeded him.
Did he have something to do with Port Clinton? Like?
Yeah, he was mayor when Port Clinton was built.
Yeah.
And his wife Ruth still lives in the community. He was a very fine mayor, but anyway, that's history, and we were good friends all our lives.
Oh, and what changes occurred, like when you were mayor?
Well, when I was mayor, of course, Northbrook Court was built, and Mayor Joyce had opposed that because he thought us a threat to downtown Highland Park. I felt that may be correct, but we had to accommodate to it. You're not going to stop it. It's in Northbrook. It's not in Highland Park. They originally wanted to come to Highland Park. So we did the best we could to keep our retail area, our downtown, viable while they were competing with the brand new, shiny Northbrook Court.
Yeah, I know. I had a children's store in Chicago in an apartment building, and then that's when Northbrook Court opened, and they were taking people on tours from our building.
Yeah.
Ours was right in the building, a boutique shop, and they were like, it was competition away from us. You know, they were taking them on the bus all the way to Northbrook from Chicago, so we
No
lost
kidding,
the
that's
business.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, imagine what downtown Highland Park merchants felt like, being so close to Northbrook Court. And,
Oh, right.
But we're able to do both. Now, retail is suffering everywhere because of
Oh, of
online
course.
purchases and so on. But we did okay in preserving our retail area. And a lot of it had to do with Port Clinton. A lot of it had to do with the Renaissance Center that was built that
Yeah, a lot
Mayor
of
Tracy worked hard on. And
a lot of stores have closed since.
well, everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Deerfield, like that mall, there's only 2 stores left. But they're supposed to
Well, we lost
add
Saks
other.
Avenue, and their space is still empty. It's
Yeah, Renaissance, most of the stores
it's a
closed.
real it takes real effort. No one knows the future, but cities like retail because that provides sales tax revenue
Oh, of course,
for
of
the
course.
cities where the online does not.
Yeah, retail is good. I mean, actual outer
My
retail.
position is always downtown. We shouldn't just limit it to retail on the first floor. Whatever people need, whether it be a beauty shop which doesn't pay sales tax, or whether it be an insurance office, real estate office, whatever is needed, it should be just things that provide revenue for city government.
Oh,
I mean,
like the beauty shops, do they not provide
no,
any?
there's no sales tax in beauty shops.
Oh.
But that's okay. If that's a need, that's fine.
Right.
We're
That
not-
keeps people in
People
the
don't move to
area.
Highland Park because of the downtown stores necessarily. They move here and hope that the downtown provides services so they don't have to drive all over the place.
That's true. And then once they go to one place, they could go into another place. You know, as long as they're there already, it could help the business all the way
you know,
around.
it's a constant battle. We've had store closures before.
They say-
Every community's,
Yeah.
including major shopping centers.
Yeah, and then rents are expensive.
Are experiencing the same difficulties. The rents are expensive, but they're expensive in the shopping malls too.
Oh, yeah. No, not just here. I just mean stores in
Yeah,
general,
sure.
retail stores.
Retailing is a very tough business. Besides that, it's now 6 or 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Most places 7 days a week.
Yeah, one time Sundays were closed
Yeah,
and
a long
different.
time ago.
Yeah,
When I was a kid in Highland Park, nothing was open on Sunday, of course, and Wednesday afternoon the stores were closed.
Oh, and doctors.
Yeah, because the doctors had to play golf. Yeah, and
Yeah, they
everyone had to
played
play
golf, they said, on Wednesday afternoon, but that's a thing of the
That's
past.
obsolete. Yeah, the chain stores took care of that.
But what do people do in the evening that work and have to go to the doctor? There's not too many available, are there?
No,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, they have to work
We
it
have a
out.
hospital here. We have a lot of doctors.
Yeah,
But You know, medicine has made, you know, insurance has made a big difference in medicine. The doctors don't always control who gets attention. The insurance companies do. When my children were born, I think some of them spent 4 days in the hospital.
Oh,
The mothers now they're kicked out the next day sometimes, not because the hospitals want to do it, because the insurance companies won't pay for more than a day.
that's true. That's true. I think at one time it was 10 days.
Was it? Yeah.
I'm not going to give them, that's
I
what
know,
I've heard people tell me, not that I was there
It was
then.
4 or 5 anyway.
Yeah, at least. Just for surgery too now, they send them home in a day a lot of times.
Yeah, insurance companies determine that, not the doctors.
But they sure know how much to charge, right?
Yeah.
They charge enough.
Well, that's right.
Everything's so expensive now, you know, compared to.
Anyway, the main thing, of course, I worked on was education and the environment. And I happen to have a specialty within education, and that was special education of children in need, physically or mentally.
Oh, that's good.
And so in Highland Park, we were kind of pioneers in those fields.
Oh,
Because I
very
was able to
good.
get state funds, originally for both non-public as well as public facilities, so the public facilities caught up.
Oh.
And they eventually caught up.
Oh,
So, so now it's mostly public.
oh,
And people moved here, a lot of people moved here because they had a challenged child, mentally or physically, and they knew our special education was the best.
oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
And is it still?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I'm out of the
Oh,
age
yeah.
where I deal directly with
Yeah.
children. My grandchildren don't live here, unfortunately.
Oh, none of them?
No.
Oh, no.
But but I think we are, yeah, and I believe we are. And we were pioneers in bilingual education, people whose primary language is Spanish. I really appreciate Allen Park because their children can be taught from Spanish to English without losing their Spanish proficiency and by gaining English proficiency
Oh.
at a very young age, so they're eligible for colleges and work and professional work and all kinds of work in the community. So
Yeah, I know so
we've been
many.
an inclusive community.
Yeah, so many people from other countries are working in stores in Highland Park. I mean, they're employed here, which is good. You know.
Stores, restaurants,
Uh-huh.
landscaping, you name it.
Groceries.
You name it. And,
Anywhere.
usually where Americans aren't as anxious to work. But then their children are now attending universities.
Yeah, they're
And,
becoming
and they're-
professionals and everything.
All of our ancestors, when they came here, had to work in less professional jobs. First place, they had a language deficiency.
Yeah,
and
they're
secondly,
usually
they often
hard
had an
workers.
educational deficiency because those opportunities were not available to them in Europe or wherever they came from. So they're going through the Latins are going through the same process that our grandfathers or great grandfathers had to go through, and that of becoming Americanized, being proficient in English, and having a good education. The people that came here from Europe were not the best educated. They
Oh,
were often
no.
the least educated.
Yeah.
That's why they came.
And some didn't even want to learn English.
And some of them didn't have property in the old country, so they came. And the same is true of Hispanics and now. So I say, give them a generation. People used to say, oh, the Italians in Highwood, they just do laboring work.
Oh.
Now, if you go to Highwood, the owners of businesses,
Yeah,
top professional people, presidents of companies,
Right.
and so on, came out of Italian parents or grandparents
right.
once
right.
they had the opportunities in this country. So I think the same will happen with the Latinos. It is happening.
You said politics. You wanted to discuss how politics have changed through the years.
Yeah, politics have changed. When I started out, I thought parties would become less popular and individuals would be more popular for voting. But just the opposite has occurred. Now in the state, when I was in Springfield, we drive down Republicans and Democrats together.
Oh, do
we
you?
eat together. Now if they see in Springfield a Republican eating with a Democrat dinner, they say, I hope they're not giving away our secrets of our caucus. You know, and the party leaders now are, people are holding things up and people follow their party leaders. In my day, we had a lot of independents. We became quite famous, people like Abner Mikva
Oh.
and Harold Katz and so on, myself, who were independent of the party leadership. We like to vote with our party. That's why we're in the party, but it was less important. Now, it's got more and more party line and more hostile, more and more personal. If you know someone and you know their families, it's hard to be hostile to them. But now there's as much social mixing in Springfield and in Washington among the parties. I remember when I knew Alan Dixon when he was in the state legislature. He was a U.S. senator. And I once saw him as U.S. senator, and I said, well, how do you like being a U.S. senator compared to being a state senator? He said, well, when I was a state senator, I knew all the guys. We were down there for 5 days, or 4 days a week. We were in session. I knew them, their families. In Washington, all the senators rush home to their districts, which are far away, so they can run for president in the future. And you don't get to know them, and it's completely different. And when you don't know people, it's easier to be hostile to them than when you know them. So party politics have been very disappointing to me in that they seem to be the rule more so than when I started out in both Springfield and Washington. And also money has become much more important.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, sure. When I first ran for the legislature, I think my first campaign, we spent something like $6,000.
Oh, my.
Now they think nothing of spending a couple $100,000 for an
right.
Illinois House seat.
Oh.
And some are close to $1 million. So
Yeah, and the governor.
well, sure. The original governors were not that I served under were not necessarily wealthy men. Now, to run, you have to be a multi-millionaire or at least a billionaire.
Yes,
To run for governor, senator. That's the first thing the press looks at. How much money can you raise?
Yeah.
Not how good your policies are.
No.
How smart
And
you
they have
are.
to give their own money
So
sometimes.
it's left. Sure they do. They give their own money. That's how they get it.
Yeah, they buy their
Just look at the
office.
candidates. Just look at the candidates now that we have at all levels, from president on down to governor and below. So money speaks in politics today, and a lot of it is, I hate to say it because we're on television, a lot of it is the cost of television. Of course, this is free television. But to get advertising on Chicago TV stations is certainly expensive. So it's disappointing in that money counts for more now, and partisanship counts for more now than when I started out.
Yeah.
Rather than I ever dreamed at the beginning that it would.
No.
Otherwise, maybe I'd gone to another line of work, right?
Well, you did okay. Anyway.
Teaching or something.
Yeah.
But so
people,
that's been disappointing to me. Bipartisanship, working together. You can see in Springfield how hostile the parties are, and in Washington. The new health care act is being drawn up by one party and caucus because they have the majority. If the Democrats, my party, were in power, they'd probably be doing the same thing. So I don't think it's one party or the other so much as it is just the partisanship divide and lack of respect that has occurred between partisans of the two major parties.
Right, they're doing it behind closed doors now, whatever.
Yeah, things were done behind closed doors, but you worked really hard because you wanted their votes, and the parties weren't as unified. They were more likely to oppose you. Anyway, it's more partisan today than it was, more personal than it was. It costs a lot more money than it did. And all those are threats to our democracy. If I can speak to the future a little bit, it's disturbing to me.
Okay.
And that's been disappointing. Well, what has been encouraging, I think, is our interest in the environment is much greater today.
Oh, yeah.
Our interest in people that are different than us, the sexual preference, respect, and so on. That was not at all evident when I started out. And other people being different than we are. I think that's advanced a lot. Of course, women's rights have. I guess women are different than the men, right?
Yeah, and they're always complaining they're not treated fairly.
But now look at it's changing fast. So our mayor, we have our first woman mayor.
That's true.
And we have a woman state senator, and all levels of government and business. Not there yet, but we've made a lot of progress.
We still don't have a president, a female president.
Well, we tried.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
came close, but no cigar.
Yeah, yeah, right.
So that was that, and so there have been advancements. I think education is good now. It's so good. It's broad and not as narrow as it once might have been. You know, I started out. A woman couldn't even teach in school if she was pregnant in some school
Oh, I
districts. If
know.
they were
Even
married.
at jobs too, they
And,
made them leave at a certain
And
time.
young women who weren't, they were all pointed towards nursing or teaching.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was about it. Now women are presidents of corporations. So that's changed, but also has recognition of the rights of the gay community, which were non-existent when I started out.
Oh, yeah.
And
It was
now are
in the
quite-
closet, right?
And now are quite evident, readily available, and critical if you don't. And so there's been a lot of changes
Oh, yeah.
for the good, but I'm emphasizing today what concerns me, and that is the role of money and partisanship in our local, state, and national politics, more state and national. Highland Park, we have a nonpartisan system of government which works for us very well. But as soon as you get to the state level or county level, they don't. And so that's what, and young people are more turned off by government. In the days of John F. Kennedy and before him,
Yeah.
Harry Stevenson,
People don't even know who
people
they
were
were.
interested in politics and government, young people.
Yeah, yeah,
aspired
young
to it.
people.
Now they see the way politicians are treated by their opponents, personal attacks.
Yeah, liars, they
everything.
call them
Yeah,
liars
no, they call
and
them everything in the
reporting.
world, and that is discouraging to young people who want to enter government politics. Why should they, with a good education and everything, want to take that kind of?
Yeah, we're almost ready to wind up now already. I mean, the time goes so fast.
It was enjoyable talking to you, and I think I'm very proud of one of the things I advanced as mayor was our senior center and our
Oh.
senior activities.
Oh, yeah, they have a wonderful
Even though I never
activities.
dreamt I'd become a senior, but I did. The
Well,
years
that's
took care of
better.
that. And of course our youth division is good as well, and the old firehouse and so on. So I think that the city has made a lot of good advancements.
Oh,
we,
yes.
we try to help Ravinia Festival out all we can.
Yeah,
We don't
it's
see
a-
it as an adversary,
Yeah.
even though it may be located where it shouldn't have been originally
Oh.
in residential areas. But remember, Ravinia was there first before many of these residences. So we have problems, and hopefully we have a good mayor now, and we had good mayors prior to me and subsequent. So I think Highland Park, the outlook is good,
That's good.
and
And it's good that you're still active in the community.
I like being active.
Yeah,
As
because
long as people will
otherwise.
tolerate me. There's a lot more toleration for seniors now too.
Oh, there is,
A
yeah.
lot more tolerance.
Yeah, I know. At one time, they just, they were like useless to people, and using a bad word, but
Well, at least over the hill, right?
yeah, over there, or senile, remember that word? Senile.
Oh, I can't remember that.
Yeah, right. What did you say?
What was that? What was that word? But anyway, it's a good time to live in Highland Park, raise your family in Highland Park, be in business, I hope, in Highland Park. It's a great community, and then with the state and federal government, we just have to pray it gets better and
Right.
uses us as an example of continuity and of inclusiveness.
Thank you so much for coming and talking about Highland Park, and for still helping out in Highland Park.
Well, thank you, and thanks to the seniors for giving me the opportunity to still communicate.
Yeah, anytime that you would like to come again, it would be fine.
Thanks.
And what
I
else?
want to thank our volunteers from the senior
Yeah.
center. Remember, these are all volunteers.
Yeah.
It takes a production crew. It takes cinematographers or whatever we call people who operate the television.